on YouTube. So there it is.
Oh.
So,
yes.
and I got my phrase there.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, Bob, let's get it on.
All right, let's get it all kicked off with the Metro Traffic Report, keeping you up to date what's going on the interstates in the city and in the county. And this Metro Traffic Report, it is sponsored by CJ Used Appliances. 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranties. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Promise you, guaranteed low prices on used appliances. They have the low prices in town. And I'm telling you, CJ Used Appliances is the best place to go and get your appliances. They look almost like brand new. And they have them clean. They're come with warranties. And they have refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, dishwashers, washers and dryers. And, hey, refrigerators side by side, ice makers, water dispensers, hey, and all that good stuff. Hey, folks, you need to go down and check them out at CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances, again, come with warranties. Call them 901-487-7882. Hey, it's a good time to get appliances. If you own an apartment or a house or something of that nature, and you need to put some appliances in there, CJ Used Appliances is also the place to go for those items as well. And it's 487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. And let's go to our traffic trooper. Josh, what's going on the roadways?
Looking at the roads right now, there is a traffic alert starting at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. TDOT crews will close the ramp from I-240 eastbound to go northbound Getwell Road for drain repair. So be on the lookout for that. Use I-240 to South Perkins as an alternate in that situation. Be on the lookout. That's what we're going on most of the day during the work day. So it should be done by rush hour, but still be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, that's basically all we got going on in the traffic this morning.
All right, if you're traveling anywhere around the Mid-South, you're coming from, let's say, I would say out at Winchester Road. You're headed in on, what is it, the road out there. I forget the name of the road out there. But anyway, you're heading Winchester Road. You're headed this way. You come to I-385. You get there and you come down toward the interstate. Folks, if you're heading in from Collierville, if you're going to Collierville on 385, it can be a rough ride sometimes in the morning. So be careful as you approach the interstate. This Metro Traffic Report, it is sponsored by Shop and Save. I'm sorry, not Shop and Save, but CJ Used Appliances. Wow, I'm all over the place here this morning. CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranties. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. And now, let's head over to the weather department and check in with News Channel 3's meteorologist Austin Unnick with his accurate and dependable weather forecast. News Channel 3's weather expert. Hickory Hill Road, what I was looking for. Okay.
More chances of rain tonight. Mostly cloudy skies into this afternoon. High temperatures back in the lower 50s. Southerly winds will help to keep the temperatures up today and tonight. Low temperatures overnight with more showers possible. Only dropping to the mid to upper 40s. South winds can be a little breezy at 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Hey, right now, don't worry about that story with the guy talking.
Okay.
In the video.
Why?
Because it's too much for right now.
We'll probably hit that later on.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
But let's not worry about that.
1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible across portions of the Mid-South. High temperatures pushing 70 degrees. Some storms could be on the strong to severe side. Showers and thunderstorms early Saturday night, then ending. Lows back in the mid to upper 40s. The weekend won't be an entire washout.
I still might hit it later on in the show.
High temperatures back in the lower 60s. Winds northwesterly at 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy Sunday night. Mostly cloudy into Monday. Lows Sunday night in the lower 40s. Highs on Monday in the mid to upper 50s. That's a look at your latest W.
Just give you less to deal with, you know.
No, I got it all written down here. No, what I'm saying, I think it's a good story.
It is.
I think it'll really take off. So, I might do it before doing the female football thing.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, let's do that before we. R. Kelly first, though. We don't want to stay on R. Kelly too long. And in the headlines today, we've got a situation that is going on around the country right now, one of the biggest headlines. Well, you don't know what it is? Well, you probably do. Well, R. Kelly, that's all I have to say. But I'm going to say a little bit more. He has been arrested for a few things, well, and then maybe for one particular thing, but because of the other things, probably is a reason, too, why they decided to pick him up, but they're not talking. Well, let's talk about it. Josh, on this, do listen up to this, folks. This story about R. Kelly has really, really blown up and made a big, big news topic around the country and a headline. What in the world's going on with R. Kelly is being arrested for child support?
Yeah, it's quite crazy, man. So he just got out of jail, as y'all remember. He bailed out finally after getting a loan from a rich friend of his, and he got out and did the interview yesterday that was heard around the world with him and Gayle King on CBS this morning.
Okay,
it was yesterday morning. So all that being said, and I see it. It's
okay.
With CBS this morning. So anyway, all that being said, he has he did the interview. He lost all composure and basically has ruined himself at this point. And now he's back in jail. Really, it didn't seem like it was a few hours after the interview. They got him back in custody once again. So, for failing to pay child support. So check it out, man. Here's a story from ABC News on what in the world is going on with R. Kelly now in relation to his situation.
All right, take a listen to this. And child support, $161,000. That's all? I mean, okay, take a listen to this, folks. We'll be back.
Singer R. Kelly is back in custody, back behind bars tonight, just hours after his explosive interview, denying allegations of
sexual
abuse.
Get that off the screen. Take care of that. It's distracting.
During the interview, a publicist had to step in as he was pressed. Has he ever had sex with underage girls? And what is his relationship with the young women who live with him now? ABC's Alex Perez in Chicago.
Tonight, embattled R&B singer R. Kelly back in custody after failing to pay $161,000 in child support. Kelly already charged with 10 counts of criminal sexual abuse. Those alleged victims, minors. This is not about music! His arrest comes just hours after an explosive interview on CBS where he denied all allegations of sexual misconduct.
Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No. I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
Kelly firing back for the first time since he was charged in the wake of that Lifetime docuseries painting a picture of an abusive man who holds women captive.
How stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way, way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding.
That's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
The singer growing agitated, looking directly to the camera.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I got 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. And y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man.
Kelly's publicist is stepping in, putting his hand on him, pausing the interview.
That doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women?
As for the two women who now live with Kelly, 21-year-old Azriel Clary and 23-year-old Joycelyn Savage, their parents believe Kelly brainwashed them as teenagers. This is the moment Clary's parents tried to get their daughter's attention. The families say they've tried to reach their daughters for years. Kelly now claiming those parents were just out for money and opportunity for their daughters.
What is your relationship with them?
I love them, and it's like they're my girlfriends. It's like, we have a relationship. It's real.
The two women defending Kelly today in a new interview.
Because you guys don't know the truth. You guys believe it's a facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money. And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid.
Joycelyn's parents today calling Kelly's claims horrific, sending their daughter, who lives with Kelly, this message.
Joycelyn, if you're seeing this message, please know that I love you. I'm your mother. I love you dearly.
A half hour later, Joycelyn calling her family.
I'm happy where I'm at. I told you a million times where I am, and I'm very happy.
How will we know you're happy when we don't hear from you in 2 years?
Well, I have to go now.
I love you, Joycelyn.
I have to go now.
Wow. Disturbing 24 hours in this case. Alex Perez live in Chicago tonight. And Alex, they are holding R. Kelly for failure to pay child support.
That's right, David. The judge ordered he be held until he pays the full back $160,000 he owes in back child support. His team says they hope to have that money by next week. David?
Alex Perez with us again tonight. Thank you, Alex.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's start, first of all, wow. The girl on the phone with her mother, and the mother says, "We love you," and the girl did not say, "I love you back." She just said, "I have to go."
And just to be clear, now it was her sister. Actually, it looks like a younger sister that you heard say, "I love you" on the phone, and she did not reply. Now the mother was there, her father, her other sister, her two sisters looked like were both by the phone. And it sounded like she didn't really want to talk to any of them.
Yeah.
According to the interview, I didn't even know they did an interview with ABC. The two women that are living with them.
Yeah.
You heard them crying. And
they're 23 and 24, 20, something like that. Mm-hmm. But, the point is that they're saying here that the parents want money. They want more money from R. Kelly. And they're not getting the money. And so, therefore, they want to do this to retaliate. Is this true or not? And the girls spoke out themselves and said that they're fine and that our parents, they just want more money. And because they're not getting the money, they want to, come out with this story. And what do you think, folks? Do you believe these girls are telling the truth? Seems to me that they're happy. They may be wrong in their situation, but they're happy. And now they're over the age as an adult now, and so they're saying it's just all for money. And then at one point the girls were saying that another point the parents told R. Kelly that these girls were 18 years old, told them to say that they were 18. And so therefore he accepted it. But I don't know, folks.
And see, R. Kelly saying this is all a trap.
Yeah.
That her parents, like you said, paid him or whatever. Or now they're trying to get money from him.
Right.
At this point, trying to extort him basically with all this stuff that's going on. It's quite convoluted, man. It's crazy.
So, do you believe R. Kelly's story?
He said his parents handed him over.
And he gave them money for whatever reason. I don't know. But do you think also he should have known that they were underage just by looking at them? Sometimes you can't tell that, folks. These girls, some of these 18 and 17, 16-year-old girls look like, more fully figured than some of these 27, 30-year-old women. And I'm not making an excuse for R. Kelly. I'm saying here, what do you think? What do you think here? This is a confused situation. And in all of this, and some of the stuff that he's talking about, and he refused to give them money, and now they want to say, okay, blah, 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 you don't give us money, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Does this sound like manipulation here? A part of this. Now, he's not innocent in all parts. Of course, he owes back child support, $161,000. That's all. I mean, I thought this guy was a millionaire, over 10 million times over, or whatever. But, he can't pay $161,000. And, and then in the first place, why would you get behind on child support? Yes, and, you need to take care of your child or your children, worried about living with these women. I don't understand. I don't understand.
He said they're both his girlfriends, and they all love each other.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. All right. The girls are defending R. Kelly, and do you think the parents are in this for more money and trying to rip him off and make him look bad because there wasn't any more money given or what? Whatever. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490 as phone calls are coming in at this moment. And in other news, Josh, we have a audio here of a story where the guy says single parent female households are being attacked, and is promoting the government's promoting females backing whatever the case is. Well, in other words, there are single households, a lot of them out there with women raising their own children, and this is as a result of the United States government and the white man. Now, is that the case? Josh, what's going on with this story?
Yeah, it's an interview. I know some people probably heard this because it got a ton of views at the time.
Yeah,
still getting circulating on social media. Forget the guy's name, man. I know some of y'all will recognize once you hear the clip, and y'all can put the name in the comments, or you can call up and let us know as well. But here's a clip, man. He talks about what he feels like is the destruction of the black family over the course of years.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Check this out. We'll be back.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Slavery didn't destroy the black family. Do you know that we were still getting married through slavery? Jumping the broom in secret, even under punishment of death. We were married during Reconstruction. We were married during civil rights. When do you begin to see the rise of the single-parented black female household? 1970. After they killed Dr. King, the United States government said we must neutralize the black power base. And they determined that the black power base was the black family. It was independent black skilled men and women who financed King, financed Mr. Garvey, financed Mr. Muhammad, financed SNCC and CORE, the Freedom Riders and the Sitting Movement. So they said, if we want to crush the black struggle, we got to crush the black family. So guess what they did in 1970? King dies in 68. In 1970, they came into the black communities and de-industrialized our city centers. In 1970, they started shutting down the factories. Remember, up until the 50s and 60s, you didn't need a college degree to get a decent job. Many of us got grandparents who worked in factories their whole life and lived better lives than we're living now with 2 or 3 degrees. They could work in their same neighborhood, and everybody worked for the factory. Good retirement, pension, benefits, medical. They started shutting down the factories in 1970, and then they went into the high schools and did what? Started deindustrializing the inner city high schools. Up until 1970, you could graduate from almost any school in New York certified as a plumber, certified as an electrician, certified as a carpenter, auto body, brick mason, a welder. They took all those programs out. These are the skills that pays the bills, gentlemen. As long as you have a skill, you can always feed your family. But if all you got is college degrees, you might end up in an unemployment line. Why? Because the skills that we learn in college are not necessarily marketable to other black people. I'm a psychologist. Ain't too many black people running around looking for a psychologist to reveal all the skeletons in their closet.
Yeah, you got to talk to a white
Exactly. So they started sending us to college instead of teaching us how to work with our hands. That was the 70s. That was the economic castration of the black man. Now let's go to 1980. The CIA comes in. Cocaine Import Agency. They drop off crack. So now the unemployed black man, who has always been a breadwinner, Envy, even in slavery, we were always the breadwinner up until 1970. Now the crack comes. You got a decision. I can sell this crack and try to put some food on the table, or I can smoke it to deal with the fact that I'm no longer economically relevant to the black woman. And let's be clear, the decade of the 70s was the decade of making the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman. We're the only man in America who is out-earned and out-educated by our mates. No other woman in America out-earns and out-educates their mates. And this is not the black woman's problem. I want to be clear. This was systematically done to make us irrelevant to our families. Then the 1990s come, Bill Clinton crime bill. 3 strikes and you out. Mandatory minimum wages, the Bill Clinton crime bill. Now all those unemployed black men who got caught smoking crack or selling crack now being sent off to jail. And then they also give us the ADHD so that we could dope the kids up with the same medicine that sent the father to jail. Then the year 2000 come, George Bush hits us with the what? Faith-based initiative. He finds a loophole in federal law that allows you to finance churches. So now the mega churches and the medium-sized churches in the black community, Charlemagne, are being financed by the government. You think it's a coincidence, Envy, that you don't see no major churches involved in the miseducation movement? No major churches involved in the mass incarceration movement? No major churches involved in police genocide? No major churches involved in poverty? Where is the black church in 2017 when it comes to black people issues? They're missing in action because they're being paid by the government to stay out of the struggle. And that's why it's called faith-based initiative. Your pastor is the new FBI.
Wow. What do you think about that, folks? So it's affecting the church as well. And, you know, the situation with this particular thing this guy is talking about, do you believe that
he's telling the truth or not?
Or he's telling the truth? Or is the United States government out to destroy black families?
You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm not going to, say here or there. I'm going to let people say what they want to say on that. But here's what I say. There are several things he said that are historically true. I mean, and when you talk about working with your hands, we've talked about on the show with, how there used to be a lot of shop classes and auto body classes and plumbing and this, that, in high school, whatever the case is, right? And how all of that stuff is mostly gone for the most part, right? And it's been gone for a long time. I think that's affected a lot of things. And, you heard about the FBI, CIA, and the whole crack cocaine epidemic, which has been proven historically as well. So, I mean, it's interesting. I put it that way.
But is that the only thing that we can do?
What do you mean, the only thing as far as just blame people?
No, I mean, the different skills and all that stuff that was in school or high school or junior high school. I mean, there's a lot of other things that we can do other than that. And so, I don't know. Okay, but, anyway, also he was blaming the church is held in the hand of the government, and, and that type of thing. So they're not going to speak out all the way on it either because they're wanting to get their funds and their monies and from the federal government. Is that the case as well? Okay, what do you think? 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Thanks for all of you coming in on Facebook, and your phone lines are busy. Keep calling if they're busy. And also, the Tigers got a new commit yesterday. last night. And did everybody expect this to happen, John, real quick?
Yeah, so Damian Ball was a commitment. And y'all heard about it, man, leading up to the situation. We had Coach Norton Hurd on the show from Team Thad, the co-founder, this past Tuesday, which a ton of people have listened to the podcast as well on TalkBackLiveNetwork.org. Y'all can go check it out. But he was on the show, and he has coached Damian Ball at Team Thad. He's a Team Thad alum, as well as Tyler Harris, as well as several other players associated with Tigers as well, man. So, all that being said, Damian Ball, real quick, who is he? What is he? Goes to Tennessee Preparatory Academy. He is the #1 recruit in the state of Tennessee as well, as far as guards is concerned in that category. He's a 4-star guard. He was sought after by Texas Tech and TCU, as well as Memphis. Now, Memphis came in the chase late because of Penny Hardaway and things of that nature. They jumped in kind of late with Damian. But clearly it worked because of his efforts, and now he is a Memphis Tiger. He's 6'4", around 190, 195 pounds. He's a slashing guard. He's strong. Can get to the rim. Can shoot the ball decently well. From everything I've heard, he's going to continue to improve his jump shot. But he is dominating at the high level of the grind session where they travel the country to play teams all over the country with Tennessee Prep. So that's big time, man. Big time to get. And now the Tigers recruiting class for next year gets even better. And I believe they're number 6 in the country for next year, the recruiting class. Not just in the conference, in the country.
In the country, wow.
So they're with the elite of the elites in their recruiting class. And they still have their eye on one more guy, which is 5-star forward Trendon Watford, who's 6'7", 6'8". Big time player, one of the best in the country. Duke is trying to come after him.
Where is he from?
Man, I'd have to check.
Okay.
I'll check again on. But I know Duke is in the conversation. A lot of people feel like Memphis is the favorite for him right now, but Duke has jumped in. And whenever Duke jumps in, you have to kind of put some pause in the situation because Coach K has a lot of power.
Yeah.
But Penny has shown that he's got a lot of strength as well when it comes to recruiting on the not just the local level, but also nationally. So we'll see how that goes, man. But in order to solidify this class as possibly a top 3 class in the country, they need to get one more 5-star recruit. And next year will be something else.
All right. And also, the schedule has it that they may be playing Oregon.
Oh, it's done.
Is it done?
It's done.
Okay, next season.
The Phil Knight Classic in Oregon. Of course, Oregon's where Nike is and everything else. Memphis has a relationship with Nike as well, especially through Penny Hardaway and the University of Memphis. So it just makes sense for Memphis and Oregon to play. Also, and I think you're about to bring this up, a lot of Memphis connections in that game. Of course, Chandler Lawson will be with Oregon because he's committed to Oregon, as well taking on his former teammates, Alex Lomax, James Wiseman, as well. Chandler was also coached by Penny Hardaway, so that'll have a very Memphis feel to it up there. And I believe they go to Oregon to play them first, so that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see. You have Memphis players on both sides of the team, on either team here, and that's going to be exciting to watch. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. His lines are busy. Keep calling. And I tell you what, let's go to the phone lines now and listen to what you have to say. And who do we have first, Josh?
Up first, Daniel.
Daniel, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Good morning, Mr. Bob. How you doing this morning?
Good, sir. Well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm well also. Yeah, I guess we can start with Dr. Umar. I mean, he makes some very compelling points that I think everyone should, at least within our home community, we should have an answer to for the people, especially from the church's standpoint and from the, I guess, the systematic means of destroying the black family. I guess that's a twofold approach because ultimately, if you have a true connection with your faith and your belief, nothing can stop you other than yourself. But yet, human beings have the ability to develop their own skill set, and that skill set and their greatness could be used to stifle someone else's growth. And I think we've seen that Automation was a big, huge part of those factories leaving. With the taking vocational learning out of schools,
True.
I think is also a byproduct of seeing where the economy is going and seeing that schools would much rather invest in the next wave of workers and get them to go and learn how to process things as opposed to how to learn a trade or skill set.
And see, that's what I was going to ask you, Daniel. Because to me, and I understand his point, right? Because you talked about the grandfathers and everything that worked in factories. Of course, I mean, it's almost, you can't find a black person if you go back to their grandparents that haven't worked in factories and done things of that nature, right? But here's the thing. Like, man, I feel like you look at Memphis, are there enough black people forced to work factory jobs at the FedEx Hub and all these other places? Well, you get this factory job over here. Well, meanwhile, other folks are getting these executive jobs here and there, and they're going to stick us back in the factories. I don't know if that should always be the focus of, and not that, I mean, people need to work those jobs. Don't get me wrong, auto mechanics and plumbing and things of that nature. But I just feel like I always look at black folks, you work with your hands while other folks work with their heads. You know what I'm saying?
There's a huge, see, if you read The Millionaire Next Door, what books about establishing wealth and self-sufficiency, having a trade or skill is vital. I mean,
you sound kind of muffled there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, having a trade or a skill is extremely vital to establishing wealth. And that's a misconception in terms of looking at like the work of your hands as opposed to going to, I guess, develop processes that the people who have to work with their hands develop or the machines actually perform.
Yeah.
So like just read The Millionaire Next Door, you'll see the importance of a skill and trade. So he was absolutely right about that. But I also think when half the conditions he's speaking of, like coming into a situation where you're not economically stable from a generational standpoint, and you include crack, or you include the jail laws, or beyond that, the assistance, and you couldn't have a man in the home if you're receiving government assistance, so it caused for the black woman to be catapulted to where, if you look at when affirmative action did, which is like the split between those black people that did get those executive jobs and those that didn't, and you see how now the black woman is kind of despising the black man because we're not in the home.
Okay, so Daniel, do you think black homes voluntarily split up just so that the black woman will be able to get the benefits to help take care of the children because things are made to the point to where they can't get any work?
I think it's deeper than that, because you look at slavery, we also didn't speak up and defend the black woman that was getting raped and the children being taken away. Black men, the despising of us as black men started then, because we couldn't do what we wanted to do, because as a man preserving the bigger picture, we stayed quiet and silent. And we watched our women be raped, and we watched our children taken away from our wives and from the women that bore our children. We were forced into conditions that caused this resentment. Then you throw the fast forward it, and you have now where, okay, the economic component exists in the man. The whole concept of the man is negatively rooted in our mind, because if you're the man, then you're the one that's giving us the resources, i.e. the money, or to provide the opportunity to make sure that we can take care of our quote-unquote responsibilities. So since that is the strategy and the structure, us as men, we look bottom line. Okay, I can't be in this house because you can't receive the assistance, but if I'm not there, you're going to feel resentment towards me because you're going to gravitate towards, as a woman, you're also going to be bottom line. Okay, how do I get my check? You're not providing it because you're not here. And I'm married, and as hard as I work, me not being at home is equally as bad as me not being able to perform. And I know how hard I work, and that exists in
yeah, I understand. And it's kind of like you said, the women will be straight to the point, to the issue, and kind of not looking at all the factors involved, because she's trying to support the family as well. So I get that point.
Same as the man, because we didn't speak up. When the women were getting raped and killed, we were quiet because we knew if we spoke up, everybody died, or everybody would suffer. And that's how. And now we're seeing it now, where no one looks at that, how it's built up over time. It's just like, are you here taking care of your business? Are you raising your children? Or are you out just getting money? Or are you not bringing anything home and you're deadbeat and you're not doing enough to get the kids?
Let me ask you this now, before we move on here, because unless you got thoughts on another topic we talked about. But I'm going to ask you this. So how much should we continue to think about Because I understand he's not necessarily just sitting in that, but he's bringing it up for historical context and to put some perspective on it. But still, how much should we think about that stuff, or should we just look at the now and see what we can do? Because I feel like sometimes people, especially a lot of black people, look at that and say, hey, okay, this is why I can't do this, and I won't ever be able to do it because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, this is again why I feel that I hate to go back to this, but the religion, that's why I'm glad about the church, because the religion community, for churches to be surrounded by poverty and surrounded by these issues, but profess a word and a power that I know can get people out of it, it's not, the disconnect is there because I don't think the truth is resonating with people because it's not presented. So you have to respect history, because how many companies that were started in the late 1800s or 1700s are booming today, have resulted in wealth for huge amounts of people? Well, the same can be said for poverty or dietary restrictions, because you have generational issues related to diet that's related to the only food that was provided to us. So you have to respect how generational historical factors have affected us today. However, you always know, and this is again why I will always question the Bible, because I don't think the Bible instills in us that greatness does not matter anything about your current condition or where you came from, because you have it within you to be able to overcome and do anything. And if that's not instilled in you, and I think that's what he's upset about with the church, because people are blinded by the issues of today, the black on black crime, the extreme poverty.
Okay, Daniel, we have to cut you off there. We have other people sitting by there waiting to get on to the phone lines. And man, we appreciate your comments, and thanks for the call. All right. No problem. Yeah, 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And let's think about this too. Most of the time it says that the unemployment and the women are the ones that are affected by in the workplace and being discriminated against. Is that true still? You have the they say, well, black women and white women are the ones that are discriminated against. They don't get paid well. They don't get the best jobs. I don't believe that's true. I don't know where they came up with that, but I think black women don't have any problem at all finding work. If you're a black woman in this country, a white company or people will hire a black woman faster than they would a black man. I think the black man is the one that's having the problems. I don't think the black woman will have any problem at all finding employment in good places. Not even as far as the salaries, because they may be a little lower than most of those people that are working out there. In some cases, white women definitely don't have a problem finding employment and getting good salaries. So I don't know where they come up with this stuff. And, black men are definitely the ones that are being hit hard out there. And so they try to make it look like, well, the black women are the ones that's having problems and struggling, getting jobs and all. No, that's a lie. Companies would rather hire a black person, as far as black people being hired in quota, they'll hire one person to get rid of the whole situation. They'll hire a black woman. You got a female, and then you got a black person. You have a black person. And that's what's happening in this country, whether you want to face it or not, because the black man is really the target of the situation that's going on. If you keep the black man down, you can keep the black family down. And I think get rid of the head, and the body will eventually die. And I think some of that was what the guy on the video was talking about. Mm-hmm. He got some other things. Yeah, but it seems like he was emphasizing on the fact that the black man is the target in all of these situations. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What do y'all think, man? Agree or disagree? You can call in and comment and let us know what you think. All right, 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Let's go back to the phone lines. And who do we have? Unforgetful. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Yeah, good morning to y'all down there on this last day, man.
Come on in. Yeah, man. Yeah, come on in.
Okay. You just can't wait to get on, man.
I know you have something to say. That's why I say.
Oh, man, you got some good topics, man. I'm going to jump on in it like my friend Greg say all the time. I'm going to jump on in it. But look here, man. Mm-hmm. Remember the day, man, when that dude up in Cleveland had those kids all locked up and everything like that. You know, I was kind of amazed what happened after. You know what happened after when they caught him? Do you know what happened?
What happened?
You don't remember?
I don't recollect at this time. No.
What are you talking about in Cleveland? Okay, now what situation?
In Cleveland.
You talking about the guy that...
They were chained up and had one pregnant and, you know, stuff like that.
I remember. That was the guy that found them women, and one of the women ran out the house, right?
Yeah, came through the door and the family got loose and went to neighbors and people and stuff. Had those, you know, those kids at first, you know.
Oh, yeah. And see, that was on, we talked about this on the show. This had to be a couple of years ago at least.
Oh.
He was in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. And it was a funny interview because the guy said he was at McDonald's and he saw all this going on. But yeah.
Okay. I kind of remember what you're talking about.
They didn't want to give him nothing for helping the young lady, you know, and all that stuff because that's the way most black people do stuff. Because they're systematic, psychological assimilating to a man in society. We have to pray for them, Bob.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, do you know what happened to the dude?
I don't know. What happened?
He committed suicide.
Really?
Yeah, they locked him up. He committed suicide in jail and stuff.
Oh, that was, his name was Charles Manson. I didn't know he committed suicide. Really?
Yeah, the one that had them children. I mean, the one that did the thing in Cleveland.
Oh, the one that did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the one that found him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know the reason I say this, Bob?
What?
Because I want people to realize something. Do y'all know that R. Kelly's in that same state? He gonna kill himself, Bob.
Well, I mean...
He's gonna kill himself. Look, that man is on the brink of suicide, man. And look, I wouldn't want nothing like that on my conscience, man. And, you know, these people coming after him, you know, he's been arrested again for child support and the way all this stuff is going. I heard him when he was in the interview talking about his daughter and everything, man. This stuff is deep, man. And I want people out there in the world, man, to know that this is what unforgettable see. I hope somebody would get him and take him to a hospital or take him to treatment and kind of keep an eye on him because I know now that there are certain people that seem like, you know, how can I put this? You know, to me, R. Kelly is a pure black man. Okay. And nothing funny about him, you know, because the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, the way he acts, I see a black man, totally black. Yeah. And I see a white culture that's coming after him so strong and so tough. I just pray for him and hope he be strong to just withstand it. If some of us not, Bob. Okay. And what I see now is this man, if he go to jail, he going to kill himself. If people don't give him some help and back out, well, this man won't commit suicide. Because he really take this stuff deep, man. Most people think he's faking. I don't see that. I don't see it at all. I just pray for him, man.
I agree, because look, I'm going to tell you something. I don't want anybody to kill themselves. I don't care what happened, what the situation is. I'm not going to sit here and say I feel sorry for what's happening as far as him going to jail, because if you break the law, then that's what's going to happen. But here's the thing, right? You can clearly see in the interview he's got problems, a lot of problems. And it kind of just all came out. With all this stuff happening in that interview, you just saw it explode, and you see him kind of at the point where it seems like he can't take it all anymore. You know, now I don't know if that's because he's finally getting caught after years of nobody talking about it. You know, because I don't think up until this year and all this stuff came out with the documentary, I don't think anybody really looked at him that negatively. You know, other than what happened back then, but people seem like they had forgot about it until it came back up again.
Yeah, or is it that the parents and people that were there for him, or maybe when he was listen, when he was giving them money, everything was okay, but then now after, I guess, the money stopped, now they want more money or requesting more money, want to get more money for the situation. The parents, and now he seems betrayed in a sense that, it's pressure that is put on him because of all that's coming down on him. And so all the people now turning in on him. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it is stated that the parents were, and some of these girls were saying, the parents just want more money. That's all this situation is all about.
Which is true because...
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is true because that's what most black folks are doing today, They getting this white mindset, If it was in my case, in a situation like that, man, I would walk away. I said, well, you don't want to take care of your kids? Well, what the heck? I do it, That's on you. But now, it's all about the dollar bill. Look at what the kids say. We doing fine. We doing all right. But the parents is one to push it. See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's pathetic. People don't want to hear the truth. It's all about the meal ticket. That's what it's all about. Bob,
you just can't say he didn't do anything wrong either.
It's not about that. It's about the child support.
Okay.
I mean, that's one thing that else about us, Bob. We can't separate stuff. We got to throw everything in there, and make it juicy and tender and everything. Our mindset, man, is just, it's just messed up, man. I mean, like the brother was talking about everything. I was in the middle of this situation. I mean, born back there in the 60s and 70s and 50s and all that stuff. I mean, it was just like me going through evolution. I mean, I started from this, then now here I am now. But I hold on to my values and my tradition that I experienced as a child. But the mindset today, when kids are born, the new millennials and everything, they don't see it, see?
Okay.
That's what they hooked on, the white culture. When you think about people, I listen to people. They say it all the time. Education is the key. That's what they say, right? I sit down and I think about it, and I say, well, who's the educator?
Okay.
If education the key, who's the educator?
All right.
Think about it, Bob. Who's the educator?
Well, tell me, who is it?
It ain't us.
Okay, well.
I mean, train the dog up to be a dog, or you train the dog up to be a whip dog, you can train them up. And then, I hate to say it like that, but that's the way it goes, man. Look at our black folks today. They train up to be what they are because we gave them the power to educate our own children.
Okay. Well,
listen to the words that come over here.
Well, don't you think everybody's out there? Don't you think this is all equal now? You don't have no black school, white school, or anything like that. It's just that everybody go to public school.
Bob, you being a pastor, you being a pastor in the Word of God, you just said something that somebody said in the beginning of the time, and his name was Faith when he told God the same thing. I'm just equal to you are, bro. I'm running this. So that's what you telling me?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Not at all. That's just not. No, I'm not saying that they're equal. I'm saying that you have an education system where listen. You have an education system. You have an education system where if black kids want to learn when they go to school, they have an opportunity. You have an education system to where if white kids want to learn, they have an opportunity. So everybody in the Shelby County school system, you don't believe all the kids have the same opportunity to learn as well as the whites and the Chinese and other people?
No, Bob. What I believe is who's educated.
And your point is?
My point is, when you talk
real quickly, we have to.
When we're talking about, okay, let me just say this. When we're talking about the factory job stuff, people, that's all that we do, right? Work for other people. We ain't talking about the people out there who doctors, lawyers, people in professional white-collar jobs. We don't talk about that because we're not intelligent enough to get there, right, Bob?
Well, no. Let me say this, like I said earlier, and we're going to have to grow. Yeah, but see, I believe that...
Stop biting your tongue, Bob.
No, I'm not biting my tongue. I said it earlier. I say it again. I believe that as far as them saying that the black woman is harder for her to find anything to do in society, and the white female, those are the people that are having the hardest time. That's the biggest lie ever told. I think the black man is having the hardest time. Black female can go anywhere and get a job if she wants to. A white female is just out there working in abundance. I don't believe that lie. I think that lie has been told to us, and we swallowed it all and believed it.
On the other step back, I agree with you 100%. You're so right.
Okay. All right. Unforgettable. We appreciate it. You're welcome to call back later on, though, after the second hour.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, and finish the other comments. Hey, thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
All right. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. We need to take a break. Okay, we'll take a break. Okay, take a break right here. And when we come back, we'll continue to take your phone calls. And I know you have a lot to say. Hang on to the phone lines. We'll be back after this. And the phone lines are open, 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And again, if lines are busy, keep calling. And it is now 33 degrees to start your day on a Thursday morning. And folks, we'll be back after this. Time 7 o'clock, straight up, 7 a.m. We'll be back after this, and we'll be joined. The people will be joining us on AM 1600 when we come back after the break. You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob
and Josh,
AM 730. Serving Memphis, Tennessee, East Arkansas, and North Mississippi. This is KQPN AM 730, West Memphis, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee. AM 730 SB Nations Radio, your news, call, sports, and information station. For the best soul food in the Mid-South, it's Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and some of the items on their menu consist of catfish, spaghetti, chicken and dressing, turkey wings, meatloaf, fried chicken, cabbage, yams, greens, salmon croquette, and the list goes on. Some of the best soul food you ever taste in the Mid-South, it is Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd. Call them again at 901-946-4303. Been in business since 1991. Shop and Save, 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303 for some of the best soul food you'll ever taste.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment at FocusOnHealthSolutions.com. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. At FocusOnHealthSolutions.com, 901-602-7063.
Memphis, East Arkansas, North Mississippi, and Tennessee. Because we think about it.
In life, we all want to be treated with dignity and respect. At E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, located 3390 Elvis Presley Boulevard, we believe the same thing should hold true when it comes to death. Telephone number is 345-9558. For more than 30 years, Ed Ford has offered the personal touch when it comes to the passing of the special people in your life. As a licensed funeral director, embalmer, and death counselor, Ed Ford will be involved in every phase of the bereavement process when it comes to your loved one. In other words, he won't just sit behind a desk and collect your money like other funeral directors. His main purpose is to personally prepare your loved one for whatever memorial service you desire. His services and prices are the very best in Memphis and the surrounding area. At E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, it's not about the money, it's about a lasting memory. Ed Ford, his wife Myrna, and the courteous staff will be there when you really need them. That's E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, located 3390 Elvis Presley Boulevard. The telephone number again, 345-9558. Not associated with any other funeral home with the same last name. That's E.H. Ford Mortuary Services.
And welcome back to the show, Talk Back Live with Bob.
Hey, Josh.
It is now 7:06, 6 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock Central Time. And a very pleasant good morning to you on a Thursday morning. Yes, a lovely, wonderful Thursday morning, and starting your day off at 33 degrees, cloudy skies, going for a high of, 50 degrees, 53. It's going to warm up a little bit today. And we'll do another check of weather coming up in just a little bit. News Channel 3's meteorologist and weather expert Austin Arnick will give us an update on the weather forecast. Stay tuned for that. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And if lines are busy, keep calling. And we were talking about R. Kelly and him being arrested for not paying child support. $161,000. Is that all? That's all of the child support that he has to pay as far as back pay on child support, for what we understand. And why can't he pay that? Well, they say he will have the money sometime next week. And but I don't know. Maybe what's the problem? Maybe I'm missing something here. Isn't he the one that said he had last year or sometime $175 million or
I don't even know.
Is he he was a rich guy, put it that way. Or some people say he's hiding the money and don't want the people to get their hands on it. Is that the case?
You want to get out of jail?
Well, I would think if he could pay his bond. Why not pay $161,000 per year child support up if you're hiding money? If you got to have the money there and you're hiding it and not paying child support, that doesn't sound right to me. But at any rate, what do you think, folks? We have single parent households being targeted. We talked about the video we listened to. Is the United States government destroying black families? Do you believe that women today are having problems as far as finding jobs and getting ahead in life? I don't believe that's the case. That's just my opinion. I think black women, some people say black women and white women are discriminated against. They're not out, having the same equal rights as men. What men are you talking about? In most cases, you got to be talking about white men, because black men don't have the equal rights as far as white men do. And a lot of things are not going well as far as what the black men, and in a lot of cases it is now.
I agree. Here's the thing. And this is what I think plays part in that. Mm-hmm. You see, and I think I've seen multiple times, there's a stat that black women are the most educated segment of society, or college educated in the country, by percentage wise. The increasing amount of black women that own businesses, that are being in high positions in certain companies, things that it seems to be growing and growing. And I think some of the reason of that is because you have more black women feeling like they have to do so. You know, because, you know, they feel like if they wait on a guy to do it, that it's not going to happen for them.
Well, you know,
if they already have a family,
that's true.
If they already have kids, you have more motivation. Because I think back in the day, you had women that would more sit back and wait for a man to have a family and things of that nature. But I think if a lot of women they feel like now if they take that approach nowadays, they wouldn't get anything done. Wouldn't get anything that they want to accomplish done.
Okay, so the black man,
so
the black man really increasingly is not doing anything. Because of that, the black woman has to say, "I got to get up and go do something." You're not going to do it, or is it in most cases? In some cases, that is it a plot by the white man, by the government to say, "Okay, do not hire black men in large percentage. Let's make them." And even though they may be qualified for a lot of things and jobs, let's not hire them. And let's not put them to work. And then that will separate the black family. Do you believe that could be going on as well?
You know what? Sometimes I wonder, do they think that deeply? You know, as far as, I know prejudices happen a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And I do think that applies to hiring as well. I really do. In a lot of cases. Because we see it in cases that don't have anything to do with unemployment, let alone other people in employment opportunities. You read statistics everywhere that show black men are behind in all these areas. But do they really do that to hurt the black family, or do they just not care about?
Well, my point is, they're saying that the black woman and the white woman are behind in these cases, but really it's not. It's the black man that's really behind in these cases, and for the most part, it's because the doors and opportunities are being shut to them. Even in some cases where you qualify, it is being shut down. And I am a witness of that. As a matter of fact, in the past, myself, I've seen it happen. I know it happened to me. So, but the fact it remains that, do you have this situation still? Do you believe this is the situation going on? A black woman can go anywhere and get a job. She can go anywhere and get a job if she qualifies. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490, especially a white woman. So I don't want to hear about that. All right, let's go to the phone lines. And who do we have first?
First is James.
James, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, look, R. Kelly.
Yes, sir.
If he was asked to kill himself, right? He'd be no different than them other guys.
Meaning,
hey, it's a price to pay, man. It's very uncomfortable going through prison and doing time. So
yeah, there's other people in there.
Yeah, you're no different than other guys. If he decides to do that, that's his decision.
Yeah,
him in the jail system.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't hopefully want anybody to kill themselves, but I know a lot of times people bring tough stuff and pressure and things, what they do in their life upon themselves.
Now, those women that are living with him, those women are of age.
Yeah, now.
And if they choose to not contact their families and stuff, they grown.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that they complain about that.
Yeah, because you have people that are not in jail or just regular family members that, really just don't contact their families. It'd be a few number of years before they decide to make a phone call. It all depends on. So in this particular situation as well, just because they decide not to call home or whatever the case, it would be nice, though, if they would stay in contact with their families. But if they don't, then, I don't know.
But that ain't got nothing to do with what he's being charged with. It's been, the other women and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. And we'll see, it's going to be a while before this gets through. And, R. Kelly, his contract, he never signed, he signed, I think, a long-term deal. And it's one of those bad contracts. Mm. So then they say he can't read or write. I don't think, I've said it before, he doesn't have any money. Hey, $150,000 in child support, so.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like he doesn't have anything.
He goes to jail, he ain't going to be able to pay his child support, so.
Yeah, well, that's the purpose, too. If you send him to jail, he's definitely not going to be able to get the money to pay it because he won't be able to work.
Yeah, so actually, it's sort of crazy because they're screaming about how they want to help get him off the streets because they want to help women. Well, I think he got a couple of daughters. They're not going to help them when they go to jail, you know.
I know one daughter has completely distanced herself from him. Said that he's a monster. You know, she said it publicly. So,
like I said, that's his personals, man. I'm not concerned about him anymore. I am about Tyrone or Willie. You know, they might string themselves up. They got to do their time too. You know, hopefully they all make it. But look, on Umar Johnson, right? You have to be when you listen to these guys, and I've listened to a couple of his, his speeches or whatever you call them. There's some information in some of them, and then sometimes he goes on long tangents.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with any of that stuff he said. There's no like plan to do any of that. And then when you talk to welfare system, what about the white people that's on? Does it affect them like that?
You know, and I couldn't help but think about it. And see, that was what my other side of it was. Even with the schools and different things closed, I'm sure there are white people affected too. Maybe not as much as black people, but I mean, I'm sure there were plenty of black families affected.
Why is crack like okay? So they put the crack in, so that's it. It's either be a plumber or sell some crack.
That's two options.
That's crazy, man. Now, see, and there is some racism out there, right? Systematically and stuff like that, but it's what a person does. And if a man, you know, if he doesn't want to marry a woman or he doesn't want to, you know, be with her, you know, that's his decision to make. I don't look at that as the system having anything to do with that. You know, and if he doesn't educate himself, if he doesn't want to, or if he, you know, he said, well, I'm going to, instead of going to college or instead of doing this, I'm going to do these things. Well, it's price to pay for that. That's the decision.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of Negroes, they stupid. They make the bad, wrong decision. They don't want to blame the white man. Yeah. And then they don't even know what they're talking about. You have to, you know the history of America, and you have to read. Yeah. You know, and you hear it all the time. Man. You know, guys standing outside.
Yeah, and I do understand what you're saying because people don't pick up books and read or do nothing, man. But at any rate, Brother Jet has made a comment there. Josh, read that comment, what he said there.
Jet on Facebook says, black men are the targets. Black women justify white supremacist claims that racism is over, all while building their prison industry.
Wow. What does he mean by that?
Well, I think he's talked about
black women justify white supremacy claim for racism
being over. Now, what it means by that, what I believe it means by that is
by hiring black women and thinking that everything's over. Okay, look, we have black women being hired. We're hiring black people. See, we got them all. But if you really look at them, you know, in a lot of places, there's a lot of black women. And I'm pretty sure there are black men that could handle some of those jobs. And I believe that some of the black women are being hired or just being hired to be put in those positions, and they train them. I don't think they're all qualified.
I don't know.
I don't think they're all qualified. I'm kind of like some of what Jet is saying here. You know, but, you know, you got to, and the thing about it, I am a Christian and a minister, but at the same time, you can't deny what exists. You can't just be so spiritually minded that you know earthly good. And so, but you got to watch as well as pray. And so these situations and things that are going on around us, we just can't say, oh, the Lord, we're doing the Lord, and then just let these things go on and you claim you don't see anything. You just can't be blind. You got to be able to see what's going on around you as well and tell the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And that's the truth. And but the thing about it is, we don't get angry and start destroying our own communities and properties and each other and killing one another because of the situation and things that are going on. Yeah. We need to aggressively and more smartly handle the situation in a way to where we can be more productive in getting these things done.
So, James, what do you think?
Well, it's a Neely Fuller said, if you don't understand white supremacy and racism, you'll be confused about everything, and it's complex. It's not simplistic. It's not something you can talk about in a phone call.
True.
You got to have just a general understanding. But I don't agree with a lot of this stuff. Black women, they got to eat. They got to find shelter.
That's kind of what I'm saying. And I think, look, I don't know how much I feel as far as some that aren't qualified. Even though I'm sure there are. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying that all the black women are not qualified. I'm saying that for the most part, I think black women are not qualified. But to take out two birds in one stone, we hired a woman and we hired a black. Okay, they're all in one. So, and if you keep the black man down and don't hire him, this can help destroy black families. You got to make your back. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What's keeping them down, though?
If they don't get any work, if they don't get promoted, or if they are looked over in certain things or situations, this can keep them down.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not James. Believe me, I am not a person to stand back and talk about racism and things of that nature, and complain about the white man, the black doing this to the black man. I don't do that. But when I do make a statement and when I do say something, I am serious about what I'm saying and what I see. And this thing is what I think we don't need to overlook, is that in most cases, white people do own and are in position to be able to take care of situations where they can hire whoever they want to. And in a lot of cases, I believe the black men are being left out and being ignored in some cases. And, we have this problem. And if the black man is being handed down, is not being promoted or given jobs or where he can be able to take care of his family, you're not going to have black families. The black woman, yes, she can go on, live single and do all these things. But yet to the street, we were talking about the black family. And so far the husband, the wife, and that type of thing, this can affect that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just don't think it's a conspiracy. As far as black men, there is a prejudice, obvious prejudice, because of the way he's portrayed, or the perception.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I told you I'm a black man, so I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I have to disagree because I've grown up around a lot of these dudes, and I've seen the ones who went to school and do have skills, drive forklifts, who do push, go further, And then I've seen the bums. I've seen the ones that don't want to do nothing, that run their mouth all day, talking about racism, and they still in their butts.
Yeah, that's
the blame that they ain't got nothing.
And see, that's the danger.
Yeah, those not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though, and we gotta get the next call on this. But hold on. But to reply to that, that's the danger of when I hear Umar Johnson. Sometimes he'll go, like you said, on a tangent, and I'm like, man, what are you talking about? And sometimes he'll have certain good points, because I think sometimes with certain folks, you get too woke for your own good. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what I mean by that. But I'm like this. Sometimes when you hear stuff like this, it gives other black men excuses to not do nothing.
Yeah, no. That's not what we're doing. No, absolutely.
But I'm just talking about as far as what he's saying. Right. And what I'm saying is, black men look at that and say, hey, that's why I'm not succeeding. No, that's not why you're not succeeding. You're not succeeding because you ain't going to school. You're not succeeding because you're selling drugs that you said the FBI forced you to sell. You know what I'm saying? You're not succeeding because you can't read. That's why you ain't succeeding. It ain't got nothing to do with all this other stuff.
Yeah, right. And for the millions and millions and millions of black men that are out there in this country and around the world that are educated and do have a lot of sense. Like I said yesterday morning, sometimes white men look at black men as though they're stupid. Like they're not supposed to know anything. Like they're, swinging on trees and have a monkey tail or something. But, and so we have to get out of that situation. And I'm not talking about those that are not doing anything. There's a lot of black men out there that are doing good, that are educated, that can read, and that would make good hard workers in a lot of places, and they're just not given the opportunity because of the unbalance. But James, hey man, we appreciate your comments.
Good stuff.
Thank you. All right, 901-452-3094. Let's go back to the phone lines, and who do we have?
King of Pop.
King of Pop, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
How y'all doing this morning?
If you would please, sir, allow me to finish my comment and my sayings. Good morning on a Thursday. You can go ahead now.
Okay, yes, sir. Let me get straight with this R. Kelly child support thing.
Okay, sir.
A lot of people don't really understand how child support works. Mr. Kelly would probably not have gotten arrested if he had paid something downtown.
Okay,
if he had kept something up to date on the books, he would have been okay.
Yeah, because I agree because
I used to be on child support, and I kind of learned how the system is played. As long as he had made some substantial amount of payments, he would have been okay. Now, $180,000 is a lot of money, and by him being a rich man, they really want to put it to him because he was a rich man. And from what I understand, he had a lot of money and had houses and all this, that, and the other. When you, for a situation like child support, you got to take care of that, or else they'll come back and it'll bite you. What he could have done, if R. Kelly would have done better by paying, like I told a friend of mine last night, he would have done better by paying, like,
go ahead, King of Pop.
$1,000 a month. Just say $800, $900 a month. Okay. He would have been all right. Out of $180,000 bill, if he been paying $1,000 a month, he'd have been okay. In other words, he was just trying to keep his head above water. Now, I think he lost a house, they say.
I don't know what he lost. All I know is he's in jail and some of the things he's been doing and all that kind of stuff. And so the story goes on. So what he lost and all of that, and I don't know.
From what I understand, he was rolling a few years ago and big money and all this, that, and a 2 carat on the side of his head and a 1 carat in his foot. He looked like he just had it going on.
Oh, my.
But like I said, with their child support stuff, most definitely, if he really couldn't afford the payment, the monthly payment, because see, my child support listening audience had ballooned to over $500 a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for one child. I could not afford to pay the $500 a month, but what I would do is I would take them something either every weekend when I would get paid from the temporary agencies. And sometimes I would pay out of $500 a month. I would pay $225, maybe $275, and I would keep my receipts. Because, see, every so often what they'll do is they'll hold you in contempt of court and make you come down there and find out why you're not paying the whole $500. Explain to them that you just have a job, working maybe part-time in Mickey D's, and the other job is you work at Wendy's at night.
Well, let me ask you, King of Pop, why do black men, first of all, why do they have to pay child support?
Well, see, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. A lot of it is the state. A lot of these young ladies are receiving benefits. See, my son's mama used to do that.
Well, I understand all of that, but I'm getting to a point here. Why do black men have to pay child support?
Because in a lot of instances, the state will put you on child support in order for her to get her benefits. From what I understand, in order for some of these ladies to get their benefits, they have to pretty much put the man on child support, or the state will pick it up against him and put him on child support. So he'll have to reimburse them for what they gave her.
But why is child support there anyway?
Well, it's there to make sure that the child is taken care of, which I agree with. Yes, I agree that a man that fathers a child or children should not be an infidel. I mean, yeah, he needs to take care of his child or his children.
I agree with all of that. But my point is this, going back to what I said earlier. Why does the black man have to pay child support and being jailed for not paying child support? And why is he
It doesn't make any sense if you lock a man up in jail for child support for 10, 15 days. If he got a job, he's subject to lose it because he's been sitting in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
I mean,
okay. Why are black men having to pay child support? Is because, first of all, the man is no longer in the house. Okay, that's the point. The man and the woman are not together. And then if he doesn't take care of his business while they're separated, first it starts because of separation. And here we go, destroying the black families. Why are they separating? Because, the woman is being treated well. The black woman is being in most cases, in a lot of cases, in financial situation and hired in places where the black man is not being hired. And I'm not making excuses for black men. All I'm saying is all this started because of the separation of families. And if they were together and situated, they work together and they pray together and they live together as families, then God can work things out for them. But see, it all started because of the separation of the family. And so therefore the black man now, the reason he has to, whether he can afford it or not, he has to pay child support because he's outside of the house. They're separated. This is what causes where child support has to come in, and he's no longer there with the family, with his children, can't be in their lives and all that other kind of stuff because of, in some cases, because black men have been marked and they've been set aside, and they're not being employed in places where they need to be employed or whatever they need to do to take care of their families.
Well, I understand your question now better than I did a minute or two ago.
Okay.
But you do have some situations now where the court has ordered a man to pay child support, although he's still living in the home with the mother.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been cases like that.
Well, that's rare. That's very rare, though.
Well, he's still at home, and the court has ordered him to pay child support, and everybody live under the same roof.
Well, are they married though, or is he just laying there with the woman and not even married and just pumping babies in her?
See, honestly,
I don't know if they married or they shacking or what they doing. That's another good question.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if they married or if they shacking.
Yeah, okay, okay. But you understand my point. You understand my point.
Yeah, with their child support, it's an interesting system, and for guys out there that may be on child support and going through it, you have to pay attention and to learn as much as you can about it, because it could be something to deal with for years and years and years on down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ain't got to your Social Security and disability and all this kind of stuff. It could be a lot going on with child support.
Okay. All right.
It really can.
Okay.
Okay, good man.
Thank you for the phone call. All right, 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Great comments coming in here, guys.
Yes.
Man, I wish Jet and Jay and some of these other people, man, I wish y'all grabbed the phone and call it. Y'all have some good things to say.
Which is great, but the phones are full right now.
The phones are full, but yet, man, they have a lot of good stuff. We need to read some of this stuff and we'll give them yes, sir.
Exactly. That's what I want to do right now before we go back to the phones here.
But we don't want to hold on the phone too long here. Okay.
But yeah, at some point,
But look, this is what Pamela Van said. Pamela said, he out there, I think she's talking about the black man, he out there making babies with other women. See, that right there is what I'm talking about. When you make a statement like that, it seems like you're talking about the whole society of black men. And we have to make it clear. All black men are not out there making babies with other women. Yeah, that's true. That's the tradition that has been made now, that has been crowned up on the black man. This is all they do.
But see, and that's not true. That's not the only thing. There's a ton of things that been put on the black man. The spirit is ridiculous. And the black man are criminals. Black men are more aggressive.
Yeah, and you keep speaking that stuff. And this is why black churches and pastors need to get more involved in the black community. We need to speak more positive things, because other people are not going to do it for you.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
Now, in a lot of cases, and you're seeing a lot of cases when it comes to child support, whatever the case is, and got some men that comment on it too, and I want to get that also. But you do have guys that are doing that, and there's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. They're young, older, whatever the case is. And it's kind of a culture built around doing that, where men don't even want to take responsibilities for their kids, mm-hmm. you know, or take responsibility for what when they had sex with that woman unprotected, mm-hmm. and then they have a baby, they either try to get that woman to have an abortion, or tell her if she does have the baby, I'm not going to be involved. And that forces said black woman to have a negative stigma toward black men. And
is it as Dr. Omar had said earlier, the black churches are not out there speaking out like they're supposed to because they don't want to speak aggressively like that because they're getting money under the tables from the federal government and they don't want that to stop.
Yeah, and that's true. That's kind of a different thing from what I'm saying, at least at the moment. But I'm just saying, as far as the black relationship, and the church thing, it does matter too. Yeah. But I'm just saying, man, that cannot be ignored mm-hmm. in why there's a lot of problems. But hold on, I'm going to read another comment.
Well, quickly, let's go to the phone lines.
Well, I understand. They just got there. Okay. And trust me, by my time, I got okay. And Jay says, in most cases now, Bob, and I guess talking to you, they are never together from the start, but that one night stand. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Now I'm seeing it. Or in some cases, 2 or 3 nights. And then she called him with the news 2 weeks later, or 5 years later, and he never knew that it happened. So that's another case.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's the way it is. But what can we do to change that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're aware of the situation. How can we change it and not just say, okay, that's the status quo. We can't do anything about it. 901-452-3094. All lines are busy. Keep calling. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have?
We have Apollo.
Apollo, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, about the child support thing.
Yes, sir.
Since the days of Martin Luther King, that's why child support is targeted at black men, because they say there would never rise up a Martin Luther King again. So they use child support. It's sort of like enslaving, because when you owe that child support, they can always say that you owe more and come and pick you up.
So turn that radio down in the background there.
Okay, Mr. R. Kelly, he's a victim of culture. Mm-hmm. Because he was allowed to do all of those things during certain cultures. Now the culture is, the abuse of women and what they're doing to women now is becoming more popular. So he's just a victim of culture and money.
Let me ask you this. So what you're saying is that a lot of people are giving him a pass all these years for what he's done.
Yeah.
And now because it's popular for sexual abuse or men going to jail for that, now he's being vilified for something he's been doing all the time.
Yes, some or all of us can be sent to jail. And women are sexual harassing men too. Now, don't make no mistake. They're allowed to do it. They do it too. Because, like I said, you can stick your finger in your ear and wiggle it around. You tell me which one feel the best.
Okay. All right. Any other comments?
No more comments. But that's why child support is abundant among black men.
Okay.
Martin Luther King won't rise up again.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the call.
You all have a good day.
All right. 901-452-3094. Let's go back to the phone lines. Who do we have? Carl. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
For all you African American men out there listening to AM 730.
Sir, let me say this to you. African American men, how big is Africa?
Very big.
How many countries are in Africa?
I forgot.
Africa is a what? Continent.
Yes, it is.
When you say African American men, you're talking about Africa is a big continent, and you have white men, you have Chinese men, you have all kinds of men living in the continent of Africa. So when you say African Americans, you're not talking just about black men. Africa is a continent.
Bob, again, you had educated me on your show. I want to amend what I was about to say.
I heard about that.
Okay. Men, listen to AM 730. If you have a child and you know that is your child, you are supposed to, and I mean you are supposed to, you better do it. Pay your child support to your child. No matter how you may feel about the woman of your child deserves your money.
And that all sounds good, Carl. That all sounds good to come on here and badger the black man about you better to pay your child support and all that. All that is good. But where does all this start, Carl? It's because of the separation of the black man and the black woman in the household. Their families have been separated because they're in some cases, not all cases, I'm not giving excuses to black men. Never will I do that. But in some cases, there are opportunities that are not afforded to black men as there are white men, black women, and white women. And so, therefore, we have a split in the families because of the man is the stronghold in the household. If he can't do it, then we have a problem. And so there's a separation that takes place. And now we have the black man, when he couldn't do it in the home, he definitely cannot do it out of the home. And so, therefore, we all join in the black race. And then we want to jump on them and beat on them like you just started. You better pay yours. You better do this. And true, that is the fact. But we have been trained in our own race now to how to beat up on each other.
Again, Bob, you are right. And I guess that comes from some strong belief that I have, that I think forces my belief on the black man for that. Okay. And therefore, I have to watch myself as well. Because as you heard a few seconds ago, I got carried away because I feel you as a man should take care of your child. If you just give a dick, watch this.
True.
Do whatever you got to do. That 21% is supposed to go towards your child.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that just means maybe I'm being a little hard. And I could be wrong.
No, we understand what you're saying, though. We understand. True.
True. And what you're saying, Bob, is also true. That's what we as people got to understand. It's okay to disagree fairly. Without getting name calling and all that stuff.
Okay.
But Bob, do you think sometimes that in the church, that sometimes the pastors in the church are influenced by the wrong people that preach the wrong things to people in their congregation about family and loyalty and all that good stuff, and about the word of God's will?
They're influenced to preach what? Negative?
Yes.
Well, I believe in the black church. I believe black churches mean well. I really do. And in a lot of cases, if it wasn't for the black churches in the community, things would be a lot worse. But I think my point is here, I think the black church needs to do a little bit better than what they're doing. And I give a shout out to the black church and the black community. And if it's there, if black people want to take advantage of it and go to the churches and learn. But we've got to put more emphasis on the churches reaching out and teaching more and better to the black race and to other people as well, and how things are to be conducted. Not to just beat up on the black man, but to teach and instruct in righteousness in the way it should be, and people would be able to receive it a lot better, and it can help the person do things much more appropriately and in ways that they should do them if they're taught that way. And then you have churches that have different programs and different things that are going on. Apostle Ricky Floyd has some things that, he's training men only in certain areas out at the, name of his church out there, Pursuit of God, Transformation Center. They're doing some things. And other people, that's just one name I can just basically call out, and then I know some things that they're doing there. And should we do more? Yes. Not saying that he's not doing enough, but what I'm saying is there are other churches that need to take on the role in what he's doing and to spread it more throughout the community. And there are other churches out there, I'm pretty sure, doing things as well. And
Bob,
yeah, go ahead.
Bob, I also think sometimes people know what the black churches are trying to do, And I think there's some people, I can't call their names, I don't have any start that, but I think some white people deliberately go to some of these black churches, find a pastor who they know is, how can I put it nicely, corrupt, and influence them by giving them money and stuff to preach a certain way in the black church to break up the family within their own church.
Well, I don't know about that, Carl, but at any rate, we need to be more positive and to have to take care of a situation in the community. Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Carl, thanks for the call.
Thank you, Josh, for allowing me to talk with this Thursday. You enjoy your weekend. And Bob, I swear to God, you have good conversation with your guests. You treat us like human beings. Keep up the good work, sir. Keep up the good work.
Well, I didn't mean to treat you like a human being, Carl. But no, I'm kidding. Carl, thanks for the call.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. I want to remind the people also, you set your clock goes forward. Spring forward this weekend, Saturday night, before you go to bed. Spring your clocks forward 1 hour. So time will be faster, I think, and you spring forward this weekend, daylight saving time, whatever they call it, but your clock goes forward. You spring forward 1 hour this Saturday night before going to bed. And if not, you will be late on Sunday morning. Yes, indeed. All right.
Let me throw this one thing out.
Yes.
Now, see, Greg put in, yes, women do sexual harass as per the definition today, sexual assault as well. But just as the case with domestic violence, when it's a woman against a man, it gets laughed off or scoffed at. And Miss Pamela Van says, what people fail to realize is that it ain't a black man issue, it's an issue for all races. And that's as far as child support.
That's true. That's true. And she made another statement out of that. Okay, we'll get to that statement in just a minute. Let's go back to the phone lines. And who do we have?
Maurice.
Maurice, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Good morning, Bob. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. I'm going to be brief, but as far as child support is concerned, I don't have that problem, but I believe a lot of these cities use this as another revenue stream to, not saying that black men shouldn't pay child support, but I really believe a lot of these cities use this as a revenue stream to put more fines on these men that are not paying child support. And also, too, I think it's just another way of black men actually getting into the system, being put into the system. So I think.
And so, what do you mean put into the system? I understand. I understand where you. But I want you to express it to the audience. What do you mean put into the system?
As far as putting more blacks in the criminal justice system.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And so, men should pay child support. But Bob, let me ask you a question. How can you expect somebody to do something if they've never been taught?
In some cases, you can't.
You can't. And I think a lot of these young men out here. And I'm not giving them any excuse, but I think a lot of young men out here haven't had anybody to show them how to be a father. I mean, so how can you expect for them to do something if no one ever done it to them or did it to them?
So what do we need to do then, Maurice?
Well, I think first, I think it starts in the home. If it's not in the home, it starts in the churches. If it's not in the churches, it should start in the schools. But I think we need to get back to teaching. And I know a lot of people may laugh, but I really believe we need to get back to teaching manners. I don't know about you, but I don't know how old you are, Bob, but when I was in school, we were taught how to treat girls.
Yeah.
We were taught manners on what we should do and how we should do it.
Okay.
And it was reinforced. Really, it was taught at home, but it was reinforced in the schools. And then the churches also played a part. When you're young, you can't. It's hard to do it when the person get up to be 18 or 19 on how to be a man. But if it's taught in the home, it's not in the home, in the church. And also too, we also learned our roles in school. We learned our roles, and I don't think it's being taught like it used to be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I agree. But Maurice, we have people now. You said when they get to 18 years old, it's practically too late, right? Well, is it really
too late? But
it's hard to do. That's right. But then we have those 18-year-olds immediately. What? Sure. They're having babies.
Having babies.
And then
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then here we go. This system starting over. Now you got 18-year-old fathers that have not been taught, that don't have the experience, and they're not going to be given jobs, but yet they're producing still in society. So how do we stop this system? This is where people like the churches, and I think the church can really have a big effect on young men and then all type of men, black men that are having problems in these particular situations. And I think some of the churches are trying. But then you can't just say blame the church for it, but people have to get up and get out there and say, hey, so a lot of them say, I don't want anything to do with the church. Well, that could be your answer. That could be your answer. It could be where you can get help. And the churches can say, well, we're going to go out and force all of them to come in. We're going to force it. They have to decide within themselves, do I need to help? And this place has said that they can help us. They need to get up and go out and find the help themselves to get things done. Yeah.
And that's true. But also too, Bob, I think that, and a lot of people may get angry when I say this, but also too, the woman really holds the key, Bob.
Okay, and in what way?
Well, if it's not for the woman, they can't have a baby. and what I'm saying, Bob, is that if we change the mindset of these young girls out here, and also the men, that having a baby can do one or two things. I mean, the preacher needs to quote this statistic all the time. That 9 times a child is born out of wedlock, 9 times out of 10, that child is going to be born in poverty. 9 times out of 10, that child is going to grow up, not saying that all of them, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of them grow up having problems in school.
And you're right, Maurice. We're gonna have to move on. Though we got other calls with you just about out. And here's the point. You're right about it, Maurice. This is what you're right about in this particular situation. The lady has the key to stop pregnancy. All she have to do is just like when you shut your door and you lock it. Can't nobody. Hey, you know what? Hey, that's what we do. We tell the truth. When you shut the door and lock it, can't nobody get in from the outside. And so if they can't get in, you're not going to have all this other stuff and pregnancies going on. Maurice, thanks for the call, man. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All
right. Let's go back to the phone lines quickly. Who do we have? Greg, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday. Real quick, Greg.
Good morning, Mr. Bob. Appreciate y'all taking my call.
Yes, sir.
As brief as possible.
Yes, sir.
All right. I listen to Dr. Umar Johnson sometimes as well, and a lot of times he has good stuff to say, but if he gets talking too long, inevitably he blames the white man.
Yeah.
It never fails.
Yeah. You have to be careful of what you listen to and how you listen to it and what you take out of it. Yeah.
Right. I glean what I like from what he's speaking. Like I said, most times he speaks pretty good for 4 or 5 minutes, but beyond that, it starts going back to the blame game.
I do understand, definitely.
The thing about R. Kelly, and I appreciate that shout out this morning, Unforgivable, but I had to disagree with you on something. This does not have anything to do with white people or white men, the white man when it comes to R. Kelly. It always kind of irritates me when people say the white people are trying to bring another black man down.
I agree with that. That's ridiculous.
Here's the thing I always say to that. If it was all about that, why would they even have let him get the fame and prosperity, period? If that was the case.
Well, in some cases, Greg, you can't stop people in all areas, but some things are going to sneak through the cracks, and some people are going to get successful, even though the situation you can't block all avenues, is what I'm saying, from stopping the black man to be prosperous.
No. But I was saying there's no plot against him as far as the white man goes. This is something he did to himself.
Okay.
I said it yesterday. He didn't learn his lesson. Years passed. He didn't. As far as child support goes, that thing there it's pretty funny at times. I understand the gist of what child support is for, but we all know that a lot of times, and I don't say in most cases, but in a large percentage, that is used as a weapon against a man from a disgruntled woman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's a weapon, because she don't want him to move on with his life successfully. And, I don't know if they ever fixed that part of it because the child is entitled to be taken care of. So, whether or not they're using it as a weapon or not, sometimes it's irrelevant.
Now, some of the amounts that they, you know.
Greg, we have one more person on the line. Yeah, man, I wish you'd call her. But, man, we appreciate the call. We got one more person that's got to get in before we get out today. Okay, Greg?
Y'all go right ahead, man. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy your weekend.
Man, thanks. You do the same. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. And who do we have?
Unforgetful's the last one.
Unforgetful, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Yeah, I just want to say, Bob, you know, with child support, you know, I've been in a situation, you know, being a deadbeat dad and all that back in the past and everything. You know, I just want to tell those.
What made you a deadbeat dad?
Because I didn't take the responsibility of my child, Bob.
Okay, and that means what?
I wasn't in her life.
Okay.
I went when she was a child, and I wasn't paying the money. I wasn't doing nothing.
You had a job, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you were working?
Yes, sir.
But you just didn't pay the money?
Yes, sir.
That's your fault?
Yes, sir.
You can't blame anybody for that?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Okay, stop saying that, you know, you're a deadbeat dad or you were a deadbeat dad.
What?
Whatever. But, I mean, I understand.
My mouth is my experience. What can I say what I do?
I understand that, but don't continue to beat up on yourself about the past.
I'm not beating up on myself because I learned something.
Move on to the future and don't let negative things be said about black men today. We need to speak positive. And I understand that what you're saying is true. And I appreciate that. And you made a good comment. But we need to stop. We remember the past and the negative more than we speak positive. And that's what we need to start doing.
Now,
yes.
let me ask you.
Go ahead. Real quick.
Real quick. Getting to this point, I forget. How do you feel about child support? I'm just asking you.
Well, I think it's a system that needs to be abolished.
Really?
Because I feel that if a parent is not, if a person is not married to the woman, you know, if he married, child support. If he's not married, it shouldn't exist.
No, I mean, if he's not married and he's out there making babies, then he needs to do something.
Bob, look, I got a daughter. Now, she's going on 50 years old. I only have one child. My lifestyle was miserable. I did everything you can name that was wrong. But I only had one child. So why are you getting on this radio talking about people having babies? I didn't have number one.
Okay.
So not all of us is like that.
No, I agree. Not all of us are like that.
And the child support people out there, like you say, don't say the word deadbeat no more. Y'all fathers out there, y'all stay strong, man. Because they don't know what they talking about.
Yeah, okay.
All these callers calling here, they just running their mouth.
Well, I forget, but they have the right to run their mouth.
They never went through the experience.
Okay.
And them are the people that you need to listen to, like,
okay, I forget, but I tell you what, what are we supposed to do? Shut all lines down and just let Unforgetful talk for the whole show.
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to throw my little 2 cents in there from experience.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
And
You're all
stay strong, brothers out there. Y'all stay strong. And mothers.
And
stay strong.
Hey,
y'all gonna be all right.
We gotta go though. I know you're talking, but we have to go. Thanks for the call. All right. Hey, that's gonna do it for us today. And coming up next, Ion Sports. Coming up at 11 o'clock, John Lawson and the Sports Bar and Grill and Company at 3 o'clock today. Bill Moore, the Sports Call, and 7 Ben Eaton Power Hour. We'll be back Monday at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and do it all again. Thanks for all of your phone calls. All your Facebook messages, YouTube, AM 1600, all of you listen. Folks, thanks for everything you've done and all the phone calls. You've done great today. And Ion Sports is next. We'll see you Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, set your clock forward, spring forward 1 hour Saturday night before going to bed. Have a great one, everyone. Woo! serving Memphis, Tennessee, East Arkansas, and North Mississippi. This is KQPN AM 730, West Memphis, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee. AM 730 SB Nations Radio, your news, talk, sports, and information station. Okay. For the best soul food in the Mid-South, it's Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and some of the items on their menu consist of catfish, spaghetti, chicken and dressing, turkey wings, meatloaf, fried chicken, cabbage, yam, greens, salmon croquette, and the list goes on. Some of the best soul food you ever taste in the Mid-South, it is Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd. Call them again at 901-946-4303. Been in business since 1991. Shop and Save, 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303 for some of the best soul food you'll ever taste.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson of the Tennessee Highway Patrol, reminding all motorists that texting and driving is prohibited by law in Tennessee. Anytime a driver is distracted and takes his eyes off the road or his hands off the wheel, it is unsafe. Texting is the most alarming distraction.